Welcome to Aaron's review, and in today's video we'll be making a short video of how to use the Osmo Pocket. As you can see, I currently have the Osmo Pocket on a wireless module, which I find quite useful putting on a flat surface. To start off, the Osmo Pocket has two dedicated buttons. There's a right button and a left button. To turn off the Osmo Pocket, you press the right button and you can see it starts to swivel, and there is the DJI logo. And you can see that the wireless module was connected. If I were to press this button once, it changes into photo mode. If I press it again, it changes back into video mode. Now if you were to do a double tap here, this will recenter the camera into its center location. The left button is used to take photo or record a video, once I've selected the correct mode, of course. Now we come to the tiny touch screen that the Osmo Pocket has. At the moment you can see I'm trying to give you a bit more detailed picture of what the screen looks like. At the moment you can see that it's 1080p with 30 frames per second. I have a 60 gigabytes of memory card inside this player, and the battery indicator on the top right. There's something you can do with the touchscreen, which means, and this is what I'm going to show you now, if I were to swipe inwards from left to right, oh that's wrong, left to right, so like this, you can see that I'm now able to view my videos and pictures. I can press play to view what the picture looks like. I can scroll down like this, swipe upwards to find the next one, swipe upwards, and if I were to swipe from left to right again, you can see I am able to delete a file, and if I press OK, and if I want to go back to the main menu, you can see on the very right side here there's a white indicator. That means I'm able to scroll this way. So if I scroll this way like so, it takes me back to the center of the screen where I can start recording. Now if I were to swipe from bottom and upwards, it takes me to 4 options, and I'll explain what these are. If I press this button, this recenters the camera. If I press this button, it will make the camera turn around, so doing a selfie mode like so. There is one thing to note about the selfie mode, and that is face detection only works when it's in this mode. So if you were to have it in the other mode, face detection does not work. I'll turn it back around. Next, we have a fast follow mode and a slow follow mode. So coming down to the bottom right, we have 3 options. If I press this button, it's FPV, useful for roller coaster or action movements. Generally speaking, the gimbal stays steady while the camera is pointing forwards, so a bit like the GoPro. We have the follow mode, where it roughly keeps it steady while I'm able to rotate it. The camera is always pointing forwards, so that means I'm able to rotate it slightly, giving me a better steady shot. And lastly, we have the tilt lock function, which allows me to actually rotate the camera in any direction, and it will be, the camera was always pointing towards the front. So I can tilt it this way, I can swing it this way flat, and it will be still always be pointing forward. So let me show you that function now. Like so, as you can see here, regardless where I point it, the camera is always facing forward, like so. If I were to swipe from up downwards, we have more options. Going from the very left side, we have the quality image. Shooting superfine may cause the device to generate excessive heat. Next one, we have settings. Inside settings, it tells us what the battery level is, 59%. We are able to calibrate the machine. At the moment, on tilt control, and 10-minute auto power off, on off, 50-minute, 1 minute, 5 minute. Battery level doesn't do anything. Collaboration will will restart the machine and collaborate it again, so I won't do that. Next one, we have the photo. You can see it changes it from one aspect to another. Next one, AFC, autofocus continuous, which triggers focusing automatically. So this is when I used, if I want the camera to focus something automatically. There is another option, AFS, which is autofocus single, used if you want to keep a specific object in focus. I mostly prefer AFC, so I'll just go to that. Professional, enabled, disabled, enabled, disabled. It has changed a little bit there. And this is how the screen is. The light, is it too dark? I think there's 3 levels. One, there's the lowest, second, and third. Going back to the main menu, we now swipe from right to left. At the very top, we have photos. If we swipe this way again, from right to left, we're able to change the ratios from 16.9, 4.3, 3.2. And in regards to the countdown counter for photos, I can do it for 3 seconds, 5 seconds, and 7 seconds. Next, we go to video. For video settings, we can swipe from right to left, which means we can record from 1080p, 16:9, or 4K. With the 1080, we're able to get from 25, 30, 50, and 60. With 4K, we have 60, 50, 30, and 25 still. At the moment, I mostly shoot at 1080p. Next, we have slow-mo, 1080p 4 times. Only one option here. Time lapse. We have motion lapse. We'll talk about these options later. And lastly, pano or panorama for we're able to do 180 degrees, or we're able to do a 3x3, which means it takes 3 photos, one this way, one in the middle, one on top, and then right, center, left, and then bottom left, center, bottom, and then bottom right, and it stitches them together. If you found this video useful, then hit the subscribe button and press the like button, and I'll see you again in the next video.